Tolerance feels like a good thing, right? Like the glue that holds society together. But here's the brutal truth. When tolerance turns into surrender, when it's no longer about coexistence, but about swallowing everything, that's when the foundations of real freedom start cracking. It's the invisible price tag no one wants to talk about. But if you're a founder, an investor, someone who's actually building the future, you already feel it gnawing beneath the surface. The frustration of watching ideals watered down, the anger at compromises that kill momentum, the painful sting of seeing values betrayed in the name of getting along. You're stuck with this tension. How much tolerance is enough before it eats away at the liberty you're supposed to be defending? Because tolerance without boundaries? It looks like chaos or worse. It feels like handing over your power to people who don't actually respect the rules of the game. You know what I mean? You've seen it in your teams, in your deals, in the massive projects where everyone's tolerating everyone else, but nobody is moving forward. The system tells you, be tolerant, be patient, be inclusive. But deep down, you know it's a trap when tolerance means sacrificing clarity, standards, or the ability to act decisively. So, what do you do? Throw in the towel and hope someone else fixes it? No way. You have to get sharper with tolerance, not softer. Learn to be tolerant of what matters. Humans, diversity, perspectives, but intolerant of anything that kills real liberty. Lies disguised as opinions, actions hiding behind differences, abuse of open-mindedness to push agendas that fracture truth and trust. Demand clarity. Insist on meaning. Make tolerance a tool, not a blindfold. That means before you accept, before you tolerate, you test. You hold people and ideas accountable with brutal honesty. You don't confuse tolerance with weakness or neutrality. You recognize that tolerance is a minimum baseline, never the end goal. Real liberty is something you build actively. It requires tough decisions about who and what moves forward. It means ejecting those toxic behaviors that pretend to belong because the world should be inclusive. Look around. There are forces building empires on pseudo-tolerance, on diluted values, on endless acceptance without responsibility. They want to drain your freedom by blurring lines until freedom is meaningless. You cannot let that happen. Real freedom isn't about shutting down conflict or discomfort. It's about mastering it until you create a space where people can actually thrive without stepping on each other. Here's a secret for leaders. Use tolerance like a scalpel, not a shield. Cut through noise, cut through distractions, cut through the toxic stuff pretending to be different but accepted. Build your teams, partnerships, and networks with this ruthless kindness. Accept the real, challenge the harmful. Refuse to settle for anything less than a dynamic, merit-based collaboration that pushes everyone to level up. Resistance to losing freedom to false tolerance isn't just a mindset, it's action. It's about defining what freedom means for you and your ventures and protecting it fiercely. It's saying yes to true diversity of thought and identity, but no to the nonsense that stalls progress. It's building systems and cultures where tolerance is earned and constantly recalibrated, where every voice counts, but only when it drives towards growth and sincerity. That's how tolerance becomes an asset, not a leash. That's how real liberty grows, by drawing stronger lines around what we will accept and what we will throw out. Don't settle for soft tolerance that chips away at your freedom piece by piece. Be ruthless in protecting the core of what makes you free. Choice, accountability, and courage. If tolerance feels like a price you have to pay for freedom, ask yourself if you're paying for the right things. If tolerance feels like it's draining your power, it's time to flip the script. Be selective. Be demanding. Be fearless. Real liberty isn't given, it's claimed. And the claim starts with knowing exactly where tolerance ends and self-preservation of true freedom begins. Stop confusing the two, because that confusion is the real trap. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to discover more.